the stress, the tension, worries and fears, letting it all dissolve away. And then some gentle sweeping over, massaging the tattoo, so pushing that over the bone. Allowing body, mind, and spirit to reset. Flat bone at the bottom of the spine, splitting at the waist, over the obliques, pressing down to the couch.
Your videos were very healing at the time, very soothing.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to know. Between the metatarsals. And gathering. The liver can come back to its rightful place. The liver is now very soft, absolutely beautiful. And holding. Picking up that trapezius, bending it and holding it. Pushing the shoulder down and bringing the head across. Hot cloths coming to the shoulders. It smells divine. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. In the culmination of you now here, and it will bring you back to this moment. So she's all excited, and here we go. Really sorry about the miscarriage. Diagnosed with ADHD and bipolar.
Yeah. I've learned how to kind of channel my energy into what works for me.
Yes, please, thank you. Hands under. Yeah, look at this tap, beautiful. So what's the inspiration behind it?
I absolutely love art, and particularly Art Nouveau. So this is inspired by a famous artist, Alphonse Mucha, who's famously done a lot of Art Nouveau. So all the Art Nouveau that you might be aware of, but that you'll be familiar with, the pictures of the courtesans, it's like that. It's inspired.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Nice colours in it as well. Okay, warm oil going on. Sorry if my hands feel cold. Sorry. So the tattoo artist has done such a good job of this. They've really recreated it for you, haven't they?
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, it's art in itself, just copying. I presume it's copying an artwork, is
Yes,
it?
with a few changes and inspired, sort of added parts that I loved.
Okay.
Like the flowers. But yes, the lady is inspired by a real.
Oh, 3 nice long breaths, Olivia. Do you mind if your hair goes oily?
No.
No? Okay. So just to remind us what we're using, we have whole leaf, spearmint, sweet marjoram and patchouli. So we've got a nice mix there of middle and top and base notes. So they cover all the bases of a good essential oil mix, that it won't be too volatile, it won't be diffusing into the air too quickly, it'll hold on, and also that base note will hanker it down and allow it to sit on and within and under the skin. The pressure okay?
Oh, it's lovely.
So starting off with a little effleurage and then coming up using forearms, bringing some strength to the upper back, pushing those shoulders down. Nice and strong back. And too often massages don't include the very top of the shoulders. When we effleurage, it's nice to encompass the whole back, central spine, top of the shoulders, round the shoulder points, even down the arms. And then coming to those lovely shoulders, pushing from the centre point, pausing and coming over. Good, some nice rosiness has started to appear. And that shows a nice healthy back. So pushing not only with fingers but also with palms. It's almost like the palms are actually doing the leading. And the heel of the hand, the thenar muscle, very important. And then up. Picking up the edge of that trapezius and using those thumbs to push it over. Picking up, pushing over, holding the edge and underneath of that trapezius, bringing in some warmth, blood, circulation, oxygen, nutrients, concentrating on one side. Pushing the trapezius over the top, allowing for those toxins that are resting in this solid area of the upper back to be encouraged over the top to the cervical lymph in the chest and eaten away into the waste products. And with those go the stress, the tension, worries and fears, letting it all dissolve away. Round the scapula and tracing that line, moving the scapula out of the way to trace the line round the edge but almost underneath where the scapula lies, upwards. And then holding it, picking it up, And knuckling. Oh, lovely. The sun's coming out along with that wind. Very windy spring day here. And then wanting to join up this muscle group with the neck so that the trapezius, that actually top middle point, touches the neck, and then the beautiful strong neck muscles, sternocleidomastoid, feel like they're also being looked after, cared for, and involved in this body massage. And then some gentle sweeping over. I feel like I'm encouraging the plants to grow in the tattoo. It feels like I'm massaging the tattoo as well as the body. It's really moving with the techniques used. It's lovely. Double-handed, tracing those lines, underside, top, bringing the scapula down. And then holding it, and a good knuckling up over. And then using fingers in a line, pushing them over. Any waste products have no place to hide. They normally hide on the flat plates of bone, the scapula or the sacrum. And they are moved over so that it improves mobility, movement, flexibility, less pain to the shoulders. And then the very relaxing and very important part of the treatment, the nerve activations. Pushing in line with nice long breathing, allowing a settlement to the body so that it really comes down to its base level. A beautiful time that we regroup, allowing body, mind, and spirit to reset, to connect with each other. Feel whole, embodied and connected. Giving the sacrum some attention, knuckling over that flat bone at the bottom of the spine. Coming round to the edges of the sacrum, warming the fascia, creating some fluidity, breaking up any muscle tension. There can often be tension here at the backs of the iliac bones, the hips. So pushing that over the bone, warming this area, it's going nice and rosy now. And then back to the sacrum and around the top. Quite strong pressure. And then using hands. Back to that effleurage. It feels like you're banking the benefits of the massage every time you come back to an effleurage. And then working just on one side, working it out, and to the scissoring. And coming out. So having cut it up into lots of little bits, agitated that lymph, we're now bringing it out to the sides and over the top. And gently getting lighter and lighter so that the activation works to the lymph which sits just under the surface of the skin. And coming to the other side. Oh, it is a windy day out there. So, picking up the skin, the fascia in between the lengths of my fingers and hands. And then a line of fingers and coming over. You can see the fascia being moved in a wave. I think it's even more obvious over the tattoo. But working very lightly. Really important to take these waste products to the lymph. There's a nice big one under the armpit and more down the sides of the body. I particularly like working each side of the spine because not only does it help the spine have a good clear out, but also it gives me an indication of what the vertebrae are doing, whether there's any subluxations or spasms of the muscle, the discs or bone. A little one here. Yeah. Just giving it a little rocking as I would with core therapy, with Tuina. Sometimes it's better to rock away from it. It's a nice strong muscle here. Nice channel. And then coming up the other side. It feels fine this side. And it's a lot better there now. Can still see where it was. And then one of my favourite moves, splitting at the waist, over the obliques, pressing down to the couch. Gliding in waves over. And then getting lighter, softer. Large circles, treating the body as compartmentalized into 6 sections, circling upward movement strongly, shoulders, sides and hips. Into the acupressure places. Some key spots to really improve health and reset the meridians to provide optimum health. And that lovely oil coming all the way up the leg. Moisturising, conditioning that beautiful leg. I can really smell that spearmint at the moment. Smells delicious. Strongly over calf. Pushing down the foot and the heel into the bolster. Giving some nice upward strong effleurages. Alternate hands over, upwards, not prodding, simply allowing the palms to lead and do the work. That's where all the strength is. Putting my foot back in order to create the best posture, foot in front, foot way behind, so I'm dancing round the couch. And extending that leg up, that's it. And letting it go, massaging upwards through that beautiful calf. And down. And then looking at the Achilles, checking it out, making sure it moves well. Giving it a nice stretch and massage. And then 2 strong thumbs up the calf. That's lovely. And then 3 finger stroking, 3 flat fingers, slowing down, alternating up the calf, gently over the back of the knee. Coming up to the hip and anchoring on the hip bone before effleuraging. Is that a scar there, Olivia?
Yes.
Yes.
I fell over on the Malvern Hills.
Oh,
It's a rock.
gosh, that would have hurt.
Yeah.
Is this a scar here as well?
Yes.
From the same...
I'm quite clumsy. It's part of the ADHD. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Do they hurt?
No, they're okay.
They're all right for me to touch?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Gosh, they look like they would have been painful.
They were stitched. Yeah.
So including the whole leg and foot in the effleurage, coming up strongly, 2 hands together at the moment, all the way to the side of the hip, gently down, strongly following the contours. And then tipping the foot up and massaging down. Nice strong calf, making sure it's not holding on to any tension, spasm, letting it relax. And then pushing the Achilles and the foot down into the bolster, making sure that Achilles has a bounce to it, a nice spring, and a good waggle. And then 2 thumbs up that lovely calf. Give it a stretch. Back to the 3 finger stroking, gently, gently, coming back to that peacefulness that comes with the more gentle and quieter moves. Anchoring onto the bone, massaging around that lovely hip. So when you're ready, Olivia, if you'd like to turn over onto your back.
That's it.
And just arms down.
Thank you.
Pleasure. So let's move this bolster. I can put it back under your knees once I've done your legs.
That's great.
Oh, good. Right, are we opting for the crinkly cushion or the non-crinkly cushion?
Whatever you think is better. Crinkly.
It's all about sound.
Crinkly.
Okay. The lady yesterday opted for crinkly as well. So the viewers are going to be, the viewers that want the crinkly are going to be very pleased. 2 together. Okay, so eye pillow. So no eye pillow, or a nice eye mask, cooling, or a warming eye pillow that will sit into the sockets. Yeah, okay. So there's just a little of the Cucumber Tropic Skincare Morning Mist toner, and then we have the eye pillow sitting into the sockets with rose, mint and lavender petals. That will warm up nicely. So again, effleuraging and giving the leg a good stretch. Pushing down through. Oh, hello. Mine will probably join in a minute, Olivia. We'll have a little orchestra going. It shows you're relaxing, it's a good sign. So pushing palms strongly onto the tibia and fibula. And then under the edges of those bones, removing any tightness and toxins that sit just underneath. Always coming upwards. And then over the lovely knee. Feeling how the knee is. Getting it ready for doing lots of walking in Exmoor. You have little patches of dry skin, don't you? Yes. Is it eczema? Yes, or? Yes. Oh, it is, okay. Just notice a little one on your back, yes, and then on your knee. Don't know if you've seen me talking on the channel about Tamanu. Tamanu is really good for treating eczema. Yeah, so it's from Tropic Skincare, which is all vegan and natural. And Tamanu contains the Tamanu kernel nut, which is found to be very healing. And I do happen to have a small amount of it in if you wanted to take one away with you. It's got a very distinctive aroma and it's green. Yeah, but it's a bit of a saviour.
It's a new thing. I haven't had it for that long. I think it might be all related to this year.
Yeah, probably. How many weeks were you when you had the miscarriage?
2.
Oh, that's quite a lot, isn't it? Did you have to give birth to it?
It was, yes, it happened naturally.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm really sorry.
it's okay. Thank you. I mean, your videos were very healing at the time, very soothing.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to know. Let's see if we can make these feet warm.
Yeah, I'm afraid my circulation isn't the best. You may have noticed.
But I think when we're still, we need to be cosseted and wrapped up in warmth, especially on windy days like this.
Yeah.
think we're going for yellow socks today. So again, strongly over that lovely shin, lower leg, those strong bones, pushing up slowly, and then round those lower edges. Quite a strong move, can be painful here. Up to the lovely knee. And around the knee, letting it go. That's it. Allowing it to move left to right and to tilt up to down like a rocking horse. And securing the knee or pulling around that inner side and then up and over, following the line of the sartorius. Those really strong quads coming up and over, bending them, encouraging them to release any tension. Putting my elbow into my body in order to use maximum power. Up over the hip and back down into ankle. Cross over thumbs over the base of the foot and then coming down between the metatarsals, pushing up. So moisturising the elbow, circling around my palm, giving the elbow lots of TLC, and then down towards the armpit and shoulder. Using fingers in a straight line. Extending with a nice stretch. Anchoring down and then pushing into the forearm up towards the elbow. This makes the fingers curl by stretching the tendons. And forearms there can be a lot of tension here, so there can be quite strong forearms. Just extending those down, pushing away tension and toxins, allowing the lymph node behind the elbow to accept and remove them. Circling the wrist. To the thumb, thenar, saddle joint. Always feeling for any issues or clicks, any tightness. And a stretch. And relaxing, relaxing, letting your arm go. That's it, beautiful. So 2 little fingers into thumb and little finger joint, and then widening and alternate massaging the solar plexus point on the hand, slowing down, creating calm, 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 holding, holding. pushing down round the shoulder, pushing the hand into the couch, strongly up, so that every part of the body is treated with reverence and respect. Vital part of the body. It all works so hard for us. Anchoring and circling the elbow, covering any dry skin patches, moisturising so that it all feels smooth and soft. Really good. Sometimes this can be sore if we use our forearms a lot, mainly for work and keyboards. There's a few clicks at the wrist. Into each side, pushing them out of the way as I push down into the soft fascia. Turning to reveal the palm, inserting my little fingers, and then massaging into the palm, overlapping thumbs coming up. Holding, securing, and into each thumb, finger, circling, and a pull.
Sorry, noisy tummy.
It might do it even more in a minute. So just applying the oil, warming the abdomen. And now finding how the stomach is, feeling for any tightness. The only tightness I can feel is around here, so I'm just going to make sure during the treatment that that area relieves its tension and finds some softness. Massaging in an upside down horseshoe softly over the base, 2 hands strong over the top. And then 1 hand knuckling flat, upper fingers together over the intestine and the colon, coming up in circles. Clearing the colon, coming up and across and down, and then to the back and gathering, touching at the back, pulling strongly around to the front so that the whole body feels connected to the back, to the sides, to the abdomen, the ribs, the front of the body, the back of the body. Everything is connected. Coming back over the area of the liver, gallbladder, where there was a little tension, and removing any tension from here so that the liver can come back to its rightful place. Sometimes the liver raises up and hides behind the ribs. So we remove tension where it should be sitting, allowing it to sink back down and take up the space, the amount of space it should be taking. Hello, tummy. It's a really good sign. Coming to the other side, stomach and spleen. So the liver is now very soft. That area is absolutely beautiful. And there wasn't too much tension here, but I always like to treat the body equally. Tracing that line under the decline of those rib edges. That's better. And then that beautiful aeroplane. Giving space and freedom. Just brushing gently over the key Chinese point of the anxiety point. And letting it go, letting it go. Freedom. And effleuraging, coming off. feel a little bright. Beautiful, so relaxing the head and neck and shoulder, letting it sink down into the couch. So at first, just introducing my hands to the shoulders and neck in effleurage and stretching techniques. Widening, coming up each side of the spine strongly, feeling for any areas that need more attention, pushing the spine forward by pressing my fingers each side of the spine in the channel between the erector spinae and the bones, and then all the way up to the occiput, giving it a good stretch, turning the head and pushing the shoulder point down, fingers to the back, and then knuckling. Over the rotator cuff, deltoid, shoulder point onto the trapezius, up towards the neck, stretching and softening this area that can be full of tension. So not only does this area support us, it supports our neck and head, but we use it so much for lifting, carrying, and supporting us, working. It holds our arms up in front of us, but also we feel tension there when we're stressed. So some people, their tension and stress tends to go straight to the shoulders. We lift our shoulders towards our ears and forget and don't realise, and then the muscle will simply hold it all the time rather than relaxing when we're relaxing. So really pushing that muscle forward, knuckling, bending it, and then a stretch. Lovely. Back to the other. Pushing the shoulder down and coming up. Knuckling all the way up the neck length. trapezius, bending it and holding it. A stretch in the centre and a stretch to the side, pushing the shoulder down and bringing the head across. And then raising the head up in a beautiful long thoracic cervical stretch, up and letting it go, beautiful. And lengthening, bouncing the shoulders down, coming up again, going down low, and a stretch. Using Tropic Skincare, their new cleanser. The neck, up the face, over the décolleté. Around the creases. This beautifully hydrating, smoothing cleanser that smells of cucumber. And plenty of essential oils and hydrating oils. Also can be used to the eyes. Nice hot cloths coming to the shoulders, the neck, onto the face. Clarifying cleanser. Exfoliating double cleanse with the clarifying cleanser from Tropic to give a lovely foamy but beautifully exfoliating in a gentle manner It smells amazing, and it's also hydrating as it works. And removing with hot cloths to the décolleté, the face, the eye sockets, up over the beautiful brow line. Patting dry with velvet cloths. Bringing a cooling gel mask to the face, gently to the nose, to the apples of the cheeks, brow line, resting gently to the whole upper face. And coming to the lowered jaw, around the mouth. Nice cooling gel. And while this is on, I'm just going to look at some Gua Sha cooling crystals across the shoulders. And then coming up the neck. And into the acupressure point, kidney 27, pressing the amethyst and jade. And coming with Gua Sha crystals, cooling crystals across the décolleté, out to the shoulders. And then up the neck. And across the jawline to the TMJ, pressing at the jaw hinge, over the lips, to the temples, over the apples, gently up the nose, and some Gua Sha jade comb to the hair and scalp while the mask is on. pressing into the acupressure points down the central meridian. Into the side meridians, using thumb pads. And an effleurage. And then the morning mist spray. The Skin Feast moisturizer. Super Greens Serum. Moisturising the décolleté, the neck, with all that green goodness of nutrition, with kale, tamanu, broccoli seed coming up. It smells divine. I dream. A beautiful eye cream. Under and over the eyes, but not on the eyes, just around the orbital bone. And the goodness will melt into the whole area, moisturising and providing that beautiful anti-wrinkle firming action. Taking some nice deep breaths, feeling the oxygen circulate around inside your body, and also acknowledging how you're feeling right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And connecting all of these senses together in the culmination of you now here. Imagining putting that whole feeling into a beautiful bottle with a stopper, taking it with you, and imagine being able to douse yourself in this feeling at any time in an instant. And it will bring you back to this moment. And feeling the oxygen now coming down to your feet and fingers. Breathing beautifully, sending that oxygen and nutrition down, and gently extending fingers, widening palms, extending toes, spreading them out and stretching through soles, turning into the shoulders. And if you feel like it, bringing your arms up over your head for a whole body stretch. You feeling okay?
It's wonderful. I'm so at peace.
Nice.
Very relaxed.
So I'm just about to welcome a lovely new client, Olivia, to the Bothy, who's going to be having a whole massage and a facial. And it's her first time here, so I'm looking forward to welcoming her and having a little chat first. I'm just getting ready my hot cloths for the facial, and here she comes. Hello. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
And you? So she's all excited, and here we go. So, as I say, I've read your consultation notes, and you're happy for me to discuss things?
Yes, absolutely.
So, I'm really sorry about the miscarriage. You also diagnosed with ADHD and bipolar?
Yes.
Yeah. So, can you talk to me a little bit about that?
My whole life has been kind of permeated by that, and over the years I've learned how to manage it, and it was really down to taking care of myself, a lot of self-care. The
Really?
more I look after my body through food, diet, exercise, well-being,
Yeah.
the more balanced I am. It really, really, really does make a difference.
Well, well done.
Thank you.
For doing it. A lot of people would just actually give up, and they might go into themselves and feel that it's the end and
Yes.
there's nothing that they can do. But you've grabbed it by both hands.
It's taken my whole life. I'm 40 this year, so it's taken a long process. But yes, exactly that. I've embraced it eventually and found ways, and I promise you, it's possible. It's possible to.
Amazing, because you know, people watching this that maybe have some of what you're going through and thinking, right, how do you do it? So you exercise regularly?
Yeah, I absolutely stand by exercise, moving your body, any way that works for you.
Yeah.
Consistency doesn't
Yeah.
need to be special, doesn't need to be pretty. variety,
Yeah.
just consistent. Yes.
Brilliant. Good. For me, it's yoga. So I love doing my yoga every morning. We walk, big walks as well. We're doing office dyke at the moment.
Oh, wonderful. You hike as well. I'm about to go away hiking for 3 days in Exmoor.
Oh, lovely. And also, you mentioned diet.
You don't need to diet per se, but just eat lovely variety of healthy, delicious food. It's possible to make really good food. And also that was something that I really was able to lean into, slightly hyper-focus on and learn what makes sense. I also have helped some friends along the way, but I can tell in my body if I don't eat so good that my stability is off. So
amazing. Okay. Yeah. So interestingly, I imagine you make the ADHD work for you because when you're focused on something, you really focus.
Yeah, exactly. I've learned how to kind of channel my energy into what works for me and also learned when I need to just take a moment and accept that it doesn't quite work. But actually the ADHD is a newer diagnosis for me, and it's very common in women. Bipolar is almost misdiagnosed very early on. I've known that all my life, but ADHD is a new development that's really helped me to understand how my brain works. So I'm pleased.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
And how do you cope with the bipolar? What helps with that?
Sleep is the linchpin of everything. If I don't have a good night's sleep, everything else is affected.
How do you make yourself have a good night's sleep?
I have become a sleep ninja. I absolutely love my sleep, but good sleep hygiene. So, I mean, you can also use apps and all sorts of things to know what is your... So I'm definitely an early riser, an early sleeper, and that works well. Doesn't mean that in life that doesn't always work, but I try to commit to that, and it's also over the years become something I can't live without. I've known, so it's become habitual now. I know that if I don't get my sleep in, I mean, the reason I have a bad voice, I just travelled around the world for work, and so the aircon doesn't do so well. But with time zones and jet lag, that can be challenging. You manage it, I think. So I would always say sleep is the key. I'm sure lots of people agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Sleep. I mean, some people might live in their beds, you know, and actually would say, but I probably have too much sleep. But, you know, it's a balance for all of us.
It's for whatever works for you, exactly. And then like sleep hygiene, switching off at the end of the night, nice herbal tea, less light, you know, stuff like that. Really, really lean into that.
It's really important, I mean, probably a lot of people that watch this channel are on their phones or their tablets, whatever, last thing at night when they are watching this. So, you know, and there's me saying no blue light late on.
Exactly.
And then, of course,
I mean, I have the blue light glasses that I use often if I need to. If I feel, if for some reason I have to work late, I do use them. I look silly, but I don't care because it does make a difference for me. So.
How does that work?
Well, you can just buy them on Amazon, and obviously a lot of screens have them built in that you can have blue light filter, but it just stops the blue light stimulating your mind and helps your body keep that sort of rhythm of calm.
Good tip.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's look at which essential oils for the massage. You're happy to have essential oils.
Yes.
I'm going to have a little look with all of that in mind from your consultation form in our chat as to which essential oil I might be picking out. I have some favourites at the moment that I'm trying not to just go straight to those because, you know, you're an individual with your own background. So, do you want to feel calm today? What have you got after this?
I'm actually off to this digital detox where I'm going to completely switch off, but there is a bit of a travel to go there. So
okay.
So I want to feel calm, but I don't need to completely.
Yeah. Are you driving a lot today?
A little bit.
Are you? Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay, so I haven't said what I've picked because I don't want you influenced. but I will talk about it afterwards. So can you give me a little finger and thumb? Lovely. I'm going to try and pull them apart. You're going to hold together really firmly and hold. Nice and strong. In the other hand, can you support that in place over here so that the bottle is touching your body? And hold. Yeah, lovely and strong. That was spearmint.
Okay.
And hold. Nope. Okay, so rose geranium. Because I sometimes wonder, from what angle does your body need some help? So I'm trying to cover all the systems of the body.
Right.
The circulation, the immune system, the hormonal endocrine
definitely.
system. Yeah. Well, rose geranium would be hormonal.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. So we can always pick a different hormonal one. And then the calming ones, the lifting ones, digestive. There's so many bases to cover. And hold. Nice and strong. Lovely. And hold. Lovely. So this is another hormonal one, Rose Absolute. I'm giving them a wipe just in case they have oily bottoms. And hold. Oh, we don't like that. No. I bet you want to try it again. I can tell you want to try it again. Yeah. And hold. No, it's an absolute no.
Really?
Yeah. I know, and everyone will be thinking, oh, she just wasn't thinking about it. She was just concentrating on something else. It's not. It's absolutely your body. Yeah. Cypress.
Okay.
And hold. Lovely, really assured hold. So that was patchouli, beautiful sensual oil, and hold. Sweet marjoram, very calming, relaxing. Of course, in America it's called oregano, and hold. That was strong, but not quite as solid as the others. Roman chamomile, which is highly anti-inflammatory and relaxing. So we've got 5 here.
Yes.
Don't probably need 5. But I'm thinking, another one that we picked was whole leaf. Maybe we'll do it by smell, which I don't often do. So have a little smell.
Ooh, fresh. It's quite nice. It's quite, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woody.
It's uncomplex. It's lovely. Fresh.
You'll recognise this.
Oh, yes. Spearmint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was whole leaf and spearmint. Then we've got rose. Oh, that's a new one. I think I've got one open.
Never heard of it called whole leaf. Is that a...
Whole leaf, yeah, it's one of my new favourites, and it's been suggested to use this instead of sandalwood, which is to some degree unsustainable. It depends where you buy it from.
Right.
A lot of sandalwood is now being planted, but obviously it's going to take hundreds of years to get there.
it to that point. Yeah,
so whole leaf is a good alternative. Rose.
Not so keen on that.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's lovely, but it's sort of not grabbing me. Oh, I like that. It's quite fresh, intense.
Sweet marjoram. Yeah. We recognise it from the garden. This will be different.
Yes, very different.
Patchouli.
Wow, yes. I can't even picture that smell. I like it.
Yeah.
It's quite fresh, but more fragrant.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Do you recognise it at all?
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't picture it.
Okay. So, a funny story with patchouli. A lot of people would recognise it who are probably a little bit older than you in my generation, because in the 70s, and so both of my older sisters would wear leather jackets with patchouli on, and you'd oil the leather with, and these people were called leathers.
They would put this on leather jackets?
They'd put patchouli, but there was a big reason for that. Not that my sisters used to do this, they'll be saying to me, Tor, everyone calls me Tor, is that it would cover the smell of weed.
Ah, okay. Not mentioning any names.
Plus, it's quite a blokey oil. Right. It's very musky. It combines very well with all the woods, the cedar wood, cypress, etc. and whole leaf. So, you know, it'll be a nice mix for you.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Right, so I'm going to put this together. If you would like to start getting ready, jewellery off you, just your rings.
Yeah.
There's a little pot on the side for your jewellery.
Yes.
And use the toilet if you need to. Have you been to the toilet? You've
definitely,
been to the toilet already. Clothes off. If you want to hang your clothes over the very top of the radiator there, ready for later.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean with the kinesiology?
Yes.
So it's my conversation with your subconscious. Have you seen any of my core therapy?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's a lot more kinesiology, not just finding out oils.
Yeah.
So the way kinesiology works is it's my conversation with your subconscious. So I could say to you, you could lie on the couch and I could say, what's up with you? What's the root of what's going on?
Yes.
And you say, well,
Not really.
I could have a guess, I don't know, you know.
But your body.
But your body knows.
Yeah.
Your body knows what it needs healing.
Yes.
And so so with core therapy, we start off with 4 or 5 absolute fundamentals, things that on the base level need to be okay. And so we check through those right at the start. And no one has all of those ticked.
Yes.
I wouldn't do now.
Yes.
You know, no one has all of those ticked. Yeah. Even someone who's had a core, goes out and has half a day of stuff, comes back, they'll still need some boxes ticking. Yeah. So, you know, it could be digestive, it could be the neck, it could be the pelvis, it could be something very important in the head, in the cranials. And your subconscious will tell me if they need doing. Yeah. Just like you with that cypress, it just couldn't hold it.